to be halted again, and this does look serious.
This is what happened on the 12th of June 2021 when Denmark played against Finland in Eurocup. 29 years old Christian Eriksen collapsed on the pitch.
We did cardiac resuscitation and there was cardiac arrest. How close were we? I don't know.
Our heart is a mysterious organ. It is composed of 4 chambers separated by a wall called septum. There are 4 valves inside our heart called mitral valve, tricuspid valve, aortic and pulmonary valve. These valves are quite important for maintaining a smooth blood flow between these chambers. Contraction of ventricles send this blood towards lungs for oxygenation process. Oxygenated blood from our lungs return to left atrium and then it gets moved to left ventricle passing through mitral valve, and that is how our body gets oxygenated blood when ventricles contract. It is quite important to have a normal structure of heart and the valves to ensure a proper blood flow through the chambers and our body. Any abnormality in the pathway and the structure of heart leads to drastic outcomes. Let's have a look how our heart beats. If you look at this picture, you will see 2 nodes, SA node and AV node. These are just like powerhouses in our heart. An electrical activity flows from SA node to AV node and then it passes through the septum, as you can see in the picture. To have a heartbeat, it is quite important to have normal electrical signals, and just to add, these are the electrical signals picked up by the ECG machine, and that is why we see all those waves in our ECGs. Therefore, you need uninterrupted blood flow, normal structure of heart and electrical conduction to maintain a healthy heartbeat. So what might have happened to Christian Eriksen? Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy is a disease of heart muscles. Hypertrophic means big, and cardiomyopathy is a term used for any abnormality in the heart muscle. In normal heart, cells that make up the heart muscles lie in a smooth and straight lines as shown in the picture. However, in people with hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, the cells lie in disorganized and jumbled layers. This is often a genetic condition. About 1 in 500 of the UK population has the condition. However, few of them show any symptom. Our body is composed of a lot of cells. Each cell has a nucleus that contains 46 chromosomes in 23 pairs. Each chromosome is made up of DNA that contains thousands of genes. When these faulty genes express themselves, it results in the thickening of the heart and most importantly the septum. When septum gets bigger, it starts to impair the blood flow between left ventricle and our body, and it also puts pressure on the mitral valve that just lies next to it. The severity of the symptoms depend upon the degree of thickening, and this is the main concept that differentiates between hypertrophy without obstruction and hypertrophy with obstruction. There are 2 other types of hypertrophy as well, but ignore them for now. Let's move on. Severity of symptoms and Mortality of the condition depends on the extent of hypertrophy, but the symptom that we are particularly interested in is this. When we exercise, our muscles need extraordinary amount of blood and oxygen. This is facilitated by our heart, and that is the reason our heart beats faster and works harder to meet the demand. However, if someone has hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, they will not be able to cope with such demand because of the disturbance in the heart structure, blood flow, and electrical activities. When demand keeps rising, heart cannot cope with it, and all those electrical signals, they become chaotic. The disturbance in electrical signals results in abnormal rhythms, and these rhythms cannot produce a strong and normal heartbeat. And eventually these abnormalities become so intense that this happens. This is a medical emergency. Every second delay is going to cost life. When Christian Eriksen collapsed, the medical team in the ground acted and they were able to revive him while he was on the ground. This is amazing, and I think they deserve a round of applause. 3 things are quite important to know. Number 1, how to do CPR. Number 2, how to use a cardiac defibrillator. And number 3, ask someone to call for ambulance. I am going to share the link for British Heart Foundation. They have nice videos on how to do CPR, what is a cardiac defibrillator, and how to use it. I think everyone should be able to know how to do CPR and to understand how an automatic cardiac defibrillator works in the community. And if you can learn this, you are equipped with a life-saving skill, because CPR is the single most important factor that determines if a person is going to live after cardiac arrest. The good thing is that Christian Eriksen is out of danger and he is improving. However, the question is, will he ever be able to play again? This is quite difficult to predict. However, when someone has cardiac arrest, they will eventually end up having an ICD, which is intracardiac defibrillator. It is a small device that is placed around the heart, and this device delivers small shocks whenever there are abnormalities in the electrical signals inside the heart. And it has been confirmed that Christian is going to have an ICD. There are some players in the past who have played after a cardiac arrest, and one of them also had ICD. However, it depends on multiple factors if he is going to return to competitive football again. Of course, he will be on a lot of medications for his heart, and he will need follow-up with cardiologists. And then eventually, if someone has abnormality in the heart, it also leads to complications like heart failure and others in future. And let's not forget the psychological implication of cardiac arrest, because most of the people who have gone through this in their lives, they end up having depression, anxiety, and psychological disturbances. Some people also report fear of engaging with exercise and competitive activities because they fear they might get another cardiac arrest. And it is quite difficult to predict if he is going to continue competitive football, but all we can do is to wish him luck, and I wish that he recovers quickly and joins his club. If you would like to learn more about heart conditions and CPR, I would highly recommend checking British Heart Foundation because they have amazing resources and free guidance for everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video and it increased your knowledge of hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Please hit the subscribe button and click the notification icon for exciting videos. Till then, stay healthy and live your life with joy. Bye bye.